So, without further ado, I'm going to start pressing buttons on something that isn't mine. Let's use this button. First, let me tell you just that the biggest possible way, our event is Thursday, March 26th through Saturday, March 28th. It's at the Key Arena, Seattle Center. It's going to be so cool. I was down there the other day. It's awesome. Just sort of in general, the highlights of the 3 days are Thursday, we consider that practice day. You come in, you get yourself sort of oriented and stuff. Friday, we play qualification matches. Friday evening, we'll have a team social, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit too. And then Saturday, we have a few more qualification rounds, and then the finals are on Saturday. I'm going to go in more depth in that, but just that's sort of the flow of the 3 days. Make sense? Okay. In order for me to give you a tour of what a regional is, I wanted to give you sort of the floor plan view. So this is Key Arena. The basketball courts are normally here, right? And so we have this big play field, and I'll show you a picture of what that looks like. So we have the play field area, and then this is the pit area. Each one of these little square boxes, your team will have one of those, okay? So that's sort of how the thing lays out. Let me show you a picture of what it kind of looks like. This is a typical first field. You can see it's about the size of a basketball court. It's a pretty big field. There are 3 robots down here and 3 robots over here, and the drivers are back here. This is actually what the driver's station looks like. So there's 6 teams on the field at a time, and so you kind of get used to seeing this. Make sense? So that's sort of that's kind of, and then there's going to be stands. It doesn't show up, but these bleachers are actually full of people. In Key Arena, it will wrap all the way around. So we have seating for about 5,000 people. I expect we'll probably get at least 3. So it'll be loud and it'll be fun. Very cool. The field is oftentimes used for, we make people do crazy things. So the field gets used to, you can see it's loud, there's music going. So, the embarrassing thing is that they make us, the judges and the people in blue shirts have to go through the Macarena. And I'm a gifted scientist, I am a terrible dancer. So, but it's a great deal of fun. And you can see that the game action, this is a view from the seats on the right side there. So people usually have a pretty good view of the field. So this, a regional event is a pretty good combination of a rock concert and a NBA basketball game. It's as exciting as an NBA basketball game, and the music's actually pretty good. My little speakers don't do it justice. They have a really good DJ. Last year in Atlanta, the first President Bush from the Bush Sr. came and spoke at our event, and he was doing his prepared canned speech, and all of a sudden he stopped, and he completely off script and says, you know, this is a lot like the WWF, but for smart people. And it took less than an hour for the buttons to get made. Everybody's running around. Anyway. So this, again, is a game, and I'll just let you watch to see. This is just a short snippet of it. actually reproduced the volume of what you should be hearing right now. I need a sound system to hold all of those speakers. This was in Tacoma. It was insanely loud. It was great. So it's a very exciting game. Things move fast. It's a very fast-moving game, and as the teams move on and off the field, things really go. You try and run a new match. The matches last about 2.5 minutes or so, and then you're getting off, the other team is coming on, and we turn the whole thing around within 5 minutes. So there's pretty much always something happening on the field. Does that make sense? So my intent of showing you this was to make sure that you just sort of got sort of the flavor of what's happening on the field and what it sort of sounds like and what it sort of looks like. Let me tell you about, so that was the game field area. Let me tell you now about the pit area in a little more detail. So this is the pit area. So we managed to squish, we think, 60 teams onto this floor. So it'll be crowded, but it'll be a lot of fun. It's fun when there's a lot of people involved. It'll end up looking a lot like this. There's a big curtain. The field is going to be on the other side. And then you can see all of those. These are all the teams in their pits. Make sense? Do you guys see this all right? Yeah. And that's about how crowded it is. But it's fun. Everybody's down there having a good time, going around talking to other people. Teams, you can see like some teams have set up tents and stuff like. These guys have a nice coordinated display. Appearances are very important in first. It's one of the awards that you can win. We'll talk about that later. But putting a little, nobody's ever done badly by putting a little thought into what your pit area is going to look like. Okay, you're going to get a 10-foot by 10-foot square area, and you'll have an electric outlet with about 10 amps of power, which is good for you need your battery chargers and computers and stuff. But so you're free to do whatever you'd like to do in your pit area. Make it represent your team, make it look good. I couldn't find it. Skunkworks has a great pit area. They do a really good job at it. In general, teams end up wearing t-shirts that kind of all look the same. This is really convenient when you're trying to find your teammates. SodaBots down there at the bottom in Tacoma, you could always find a SodaBot team member. That fluorescent yellow shirt stood out. I think that's Sarah. She's actually here today with the Mohawk. She's from Team 360 from Bellman. And the top is from some, I don't know the teams, but you can see that your team sort of goes together with its color and sort of in its grouping. And you'll find that teams wear their shirts with pride and they wear their team member with pride. So it's very cool. Okay? Yes, even if you do have a pocket protector. Pocket protectors are cool. Yeah. Yes, yay! What happens in the pits? So when your robot gets off the field or needs some fine tuning or working on, the pit area is where you go to do that. And so here's just a few minutes of. So that's just a little snippet. Again, I'm not trying to show you everything, but that's kind of what it sounds and looks like in the pits. People are working on stuff, hammering on stuff. We have a machine shop and stuff set up for you. Okay? And you can see Fred down here, they do really well. They've got a very coordinated pit. Those with their t-shirt and their robot almost always has the same similar look. And it's part of the imagery award. Okay? And we'll talk about that a little bit later too.